having a moment to look back and see where you came from is very amazing. You know, when I embarked on this journey to love and know thyself, I didn't know it had so many rewards. I didn't know that I would be opening up doors that I didn't even know that was there. Being obedient, being adventurous, and being present and available allowed me to experience things in real time and to understand them fully. Despite what my outside world looked like and how it was crumbling around me, my inner world was rebuilding in a way for me to see the warrior in me, to see me for who I really am and not what people would deem me as. I know that going through it, I couldn't see clearly. But now, having a chance to be on the other side of things and to see things from a different lens than before, I know I was divinely guided. I can now see the signs and the guidance from the Most High as I was walking through the fire. I know there's other people that's taking this journey to know thyself, and when I say that, that's just a title. It's really you choosing to love you fully and you becoming the best version of yourself by yourself, not depending on a lover, a man, a woman, a mother, a father, anyone. You're depending on yourself. That is you learning to know who you are and what you want. Now you can take it a little deeper to dive within the subconscious by seeing how you fully operate. But that's a choice totally on you. I chose to do that. I wanted to know who I was, because the main thing I did not understand was, why did I have to live the life that I lived when I was such a great person, a giver. I would give my shirt off my back, open my home to many people, you know, being a complete giver. Never been selfish. You know, I got hurt more than anything during my time before I started my healing journey. Having a great heart, you know, wondering why I am being the doormat for everybody, including the person that I was intimate with. Now realizing that stuff was being done for me to open my eyes to see that I was giving too much of myself to other people and I wasn't keeping enough for myself. That's okay for you to give from the heart, but when you are giving so you could receive validation, I was doing it in a way that was very distorted. And I had to see myself and understand that I needed to reprogram. I needed to love myself fully, because that was the only source of love that I was getting, was from others, because I was paying for the love. I had to learn that my source of love was very distorted and wasn't reliable. And really, you're not supposed to look outside yourself to get love anyway. And that was something that was one of the major lessons I had to learn, that I had to be my source of love. Be my source of happiness. Be the very thing I needed myself to be to keep myself in a high vibration, and not allowing someone else to be that for me, to control me. That was very hard, but very needed. When I looked at this picture I just posted a couple minutes ago online, and you know, there's another picture, I'm trying to find it, that shows my whole body. I was a size 18. Being in a size 7 right now, you know, I thought I didn't have low self-esteem. I really realized how much I lied to myself. I was unhealthy in so many ways. But to not see myself for what I really was at that moment, I lied to myself. I told myself I loved it. When in actuality, I ended up telling myself the truth once I started the journey. And that picture was the first day I actually started my journey to work on myself, for myself. And I felt great. And I told myself from that day, I'm going to be honest from this day forward. How do I feel? I began to talk to myself, asking myself, how do you feel? I'm sore today. I'm tired today. I don't really want to go today, but I'm going today. Like, I still had to give myself pep talks to show up for myself. But in doing that, I also see how much I lied to myself. And by lying to yourself allows illusions to become real and veils to stick, really leaving me no room for change. Because if you're not telling yourself the truth, how could you fix something if nothing is wrong? That's why it's going to continue to pile up, because you saying nothing is wrong. And that's what I realized, how much I kept lying to myself about my weight, about my mental, about my life, about my marriage, about everything that was going on, about my job. Like, I lied to myself so much that myself started going against myself. What really changed me was when I was sitting doing my daughter's hair and I had a huge pop in my head and I had to go to the emergency room. I didn't know what it was. All I felt was warmth coming down my face and something running down my head. I'm like, what was that? It was so loud, like somebody had popped something inside of my head. The sensation was so strong, it scared me a little bit. So I ended up going to the emergency room just so that I can get checked. And they end up checking me. And lo and behold, they tell me that it's the symptoms of having a stroke. And I'm looking around like, young as I am, having a stroke? Like, come on. Like, this is too much. So I end up staying, they kept me overnight. Now, I didn't look at it like everybody else looked at it. Okay, I'm still like, I'm gonna get some sleep. Because my life was so fast paced, I didn't get much rest, and I had the girls to take care of, the kids to take care of, and really, I really was the only partner in my relationship. My ex stayed outside most of the time. So as I'm sitting here, it didn't really dawn on me that this could possibly be something wrong. Now that night, while I'm in the hospital, staying overnight by myself, I began to think, okay, nobody's there to finish my kids' hair. I gotta get the kids ready for school, so I gotta call and make sure all this stuff is done. And it's like, if I go, what about my kids? So now I'm still not thinking about me. I'm thinking about the kids. So I was like, I gotta do something about this. So originally, when I decided to embark on this journey, yes, I embarked on this journey because I need to change me. But it was really in line with taking care of my kids, make sure I'm here to live for my kids and not really think about me. But as time went on, all jokes aside, I learned that I was very valuable and I needed to learn to love me fully, because can't nobody take care of me and love me the way I need to be loved. So I had to take full responsibility. And taking full responsibility was and accountability and having the awareness of what was really going on and a change was needed. That gave me a push, because once you hear the doctors say what they say and you wondering what's the source and where it's coming from, and then they say they can't find anything, lo and behold, the doctor couldn't find anything, but they did deem it as a slight stroke because of my symptoms. But the way that I felt afterwards, that was enough for me to get my shit together. It was enough for me to decide that, okay, do you want to live a long time, or do you want to be out here early? Or do you feel like you should really focus on you a lot more, because it's time for you to do that? So I did that. And when I tell you it was hard because everything, how easy the pounds went on, it was hard to come off. But I can say, the more and more I chipped at my weight, the way I ate, what I drank, the times I ate, adding intermittent fasting, there was breakthroughs when it came to certain things that was coming up. I didn't realize that mental was so much a part of the weight loss journey until I did all of this on my own. And I saw how my mental was changing, how my clarity was coming in. I saw how different visions of memories that was coming in, that I had emotions that was attached to it, that was coming up, and that was coming up for me to rewrite it in a version that it would help me and not hurt me. Because sometimes we store things based off of animosity or the hurt that comes from it, or the victim mentality of the situation. And it made me begin to research how to change that, because the emotion was so strong. I wanted to learn how to heal that. And so as I look for different things, healing modalities and different ways and techniques to heal those hurt and those pains, and the way I felt, the animosity I felt, the anger I felt, I had to learn that I had to rewrite that very version of myself that felt vulnerable and not heard, or felt not validated, or felt like they was victimized. So I had to rewrite her to make her feel love, and for her to forgive and grieve that moment so she could move on and move past that situation. Now, that wasn't easy, but as I consistently did the work, it became easier every time. As I did this process, I learned that this was something that I would have to use for coming. I knew that as I worked on myself, the psyche, come to find out, the psyche couldn't handle healing everything at one time. So they would give me what I needed to make the next jump. And when I say jump, to meet the next version of myself, or to walk into my next timeline. But the psyche had to shed things very slowly, because you didn't, what I felt is it would have made me glitched, or made me, I could have went into a nervous breakdown, because if it was so much energy and so much emotions and so much mental work, that it was all happening slow at first, but then as time went on, it got faster. And then this is the part that this taught me how to master myself. Because once you learn who you are and how you operate and how you shed and purge and release and let go and forgive, you get this formula that's just for you, where you can continuously use that formula for you to level up in ways that you have never leveled up before. And so by me doing this, long story short, by me doing this, it allowed me to heal and become the best version of myself that I am today. But I was so many versions of myself before this, that even when people got to know me at a certain level that I was on, I was changing levels so quick that they had to relearn me all over again. My type of music was changing. The food that I was eating was different. The type of people that I wanted to be around was different, was changing. I was craving Mexican food. I wanted to be listening to Arab. I was doing things that was not my normal, but I was happy, because now I'm experiencing some things that I never have experienced before. But it also allowed me to continue to love me and find out the things I loved and what I needed to do. And it made me become more adventurous, as I've always was before. So this journey started out me changing to live more for my kids, but I learned along the way that really it was for me to really love me unconditionally, because you are your ultimate lover. You are the lover that you're craving is you. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. I did this video to let someone know that it's never too late to change. It's never too late to make a different choice than you have been making before. It's never too late to be the best version of yourself. We are constantly there for others. Give the same thing you give others to yourself, and you'll see how much you will benefit from you showing up for you. I mean, we always show up for other people and we don't get the same in return, but when it comes to you showing up for you, you will get the same in return. It's going to be better. So I hope this helps. I'm sending you love and light, sweetie. Have an amazing day.